Great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good, doing great.
Awesome. I'm glad to see you. Happy to have you. Let's go ahead and begin with a question from Sarah.
I would like to start off, first, before we take questions, just really thanking my God for blessing me with another opportunity to coach. I want to thank my family and my friends and the Hawks organization for all their support that they've given me over this season. Just really feel blessed to have another opportunity with a great group of guys to coach basketball again. So I want to say that to all those folks.
Thank you. And I apologize for interrupting the opening statement.
No problem.
Let's go to Sarah.
Hey, Nate. Just how proud are you of the guys' ability to get this done and close this series out in 5 games?
Well, they continue to just show growth. This closeout game we knew would be the hardest game really of the season and of this series for us. And these guys came in, they kept their focus. Tonight, they stuck with the game plan. They believed that they could do it, and they did it, So it's just they continue to show growth each game. We have been talking about really the finish for a long time now. And, at the beginning of the season, they weren't finishing games. We started to finish games. And tonight, we finished a series, which was an important big step for this team. Their focus for 48 minutes, coming into a hostile situation, keeping their poise and executing the game plan, just shows a lot of growth with this group.
I know it's a team win, but Trae being a leader on this team, just what can you say about the way he was able to kind of lead the team during this series to victory?
I mean, he's the key. He's the guy that establishes our tempo. He's a fearless player, and every game, he brings and he leaves everything that he has out on the floor. And again, tonight we needed that. We wanted our guys to be the aggressors tonight, and it starts with Trae. And I thought he did a good job of establishing that tempo early. Getting us out, getting us into transition. Finding guys on the perimeter. Shot wasn't falling early in the game, but he stuck with it, and it started to fall for him in the second half. But, it really starts with Trae establishing the tempo.
Chris Kirshner.
And you kind of mentioned it in your opening statement, but what does this mean for you just on a personal level with where you came in from being an assistant coach to taking over in the middle of the season to having, your playoff experience and early in Indiana? What does this mean for you personally?
It's special. It really is, to advance with this team, this young team, in the situation that we had to work, taking over mid-season, not really having an opportunity to change a lot, but really relying on the coaching staff and the players. And, they believed in, things that I was saying and I wanted them to do. And, we was able to turn it around. So it's always special to win games, but to take that next step and win a series, with this group, really kind of a new group, it's really special for me.
Steve Hummer.
Yeah, Nate, Clint, after putting himself out there a little bit, how do you think he responded tonight?
Well, we talked about that, and I've always felt that you allow your game to speak for you. You allow the scoreboard to speak for you. And, Clint made some comments. And, what we said was we got to have his back. And I thought our guys tonight, they stepped up and they had his back. I thought Clint played a game to back up, some of the things that he said, but we don't play the game in the press. I didn't feel that really New York needed that to be motivated to play, but it was said. And, for us, we needed to keep our focus tonight. We needed to be the aggressors, play the game that we've been playing, and, just finish this series. We wanted to finish it here tonight and not relax and try to finish it in Atlanta. And I thought our guys kept their focus tonight. We were disciplined in our game plan, and they beat a really good New York team.
Clint has always been obviously very important in the defense that this team plays. Specific to tonight, how did you see him affecting the game on that end of the floor?
Well, he's the anchor, for us defensively. He's been the guy all season long that's been cleaning up our mistakes, our breakdowns on the perimeter. He did a really good job of, really shadowing Randall and their ball handlers attacking the basket. Did an excellent job of the, executing the game plan. And then he had to rebound the ball. We want our guys to come in and help on the boards, but Clint has been doing a really solid job of rebounding the basketball. We knew that was big against this team. They were really physical in the paint, and he held his ground against Noel and Gibson. And, that was the difference in the game. We needed to win the hustle game.
Thanks.
Jeff Schultz.
Nate, obviously Trae's play speaks for itself, but what did he show you in this playoff series from a standpoint of resilience, toughness, and leadership in this playoff series?
He's fearless, and he has a skill that you need in the playoffs. You need a guy that is capable of getting baskets, scoring points for you. The NBA has gone to a switching 1 through 5. And in this game, in the playoffs, you got to have guys that can win their matchups when they are trying to switch or take a particular player out. Trae has that ability to win the matchup. So if you're trapping him, he's passing the ball. If you're switching on him or trying to switch a bigger player on him, he's capable of winning that matchup. You need that in the playoffs. And, so I think he's built for this time of the season he's just fearless out there. He's very confident in what he brings to the floor. And you need that this time of the season. So showing his growth, getting his teammates involved while continuing to be aggressive puts a lot of pressure on that opponent to figure out ways to stop him.
I know you've seen a lot of great athletes and a lot of great players in the NBA who could not perform in the postseason. You didn't really know that until they got to the postseason. Was there any question in your mind about Trae before this playoff series because we hadn't seen him yet?
No, basically I texted him before the playoffs started and told him he was built for this time of the season, and he is. He's just built for this time of the season with the confidence that he brings to the floor, his skill level as far as scoring the basketball and creating opportunities. It's really tough to game plan against him. And, he just has to continue to take what the defense has given him. And I thought he did a really good job in this series of managing that out on the floor.
Fred Khalil.
Hey, Coach, if you could just talk about, I know Trae obviously had a great series and a great run, but some of the complimentary guys like DeAndre Hunter and those other guys, just talk about how they kind of filled in the blanks for you, so to speak, in this series.
This was a team effort. It doesn't happen if we don't have our other guys playing well. DeAndre had the assignment of guarding Randall this entire series, and that was the difference. We didn't have him during the season when we were playing against New York. We put him on Randall to guard Randall. When Rose got hot, we switched him on Rose, so he had to guard both of those guys, and he really did a solid job of making them work, keeping them in front, not giving them anything easy, and it really started with him. So this was definitely a team effort. With Bogey playing well. John, other than the one game where he got into foul trouble, we had to find ways to keep him on the floor. And part, the way we wanted to do that was not allow him to guard Randall early. Put Trae on him. I thought Trae did a nice job of challenging every catch, every dribble, getting underneath these guys. And I thought our pressure was good from everybody. So it wasn't, Trae did put up some big numbers, but defensively, our team defense was really good. I thought we really got pressure on the ball. Our weak side was really aggressive and did a good job of basically cutting off half of the floor and forcing them to shoot over the top.
Kevin Chouinard.
Hey, Coach, after game 2, you noted how physical the Knicks were, especially with regard to screens and stuff like that. And from game 3 on, it seemed like you kind of matched their level of physicality. Was there one player or coach who kind of nudged you in that direction or kind of led the charge?
No. We talked about that before game 1. But that physical play didn't show up until game 2 in the second half. I thought the third and fourth quarter, the New York that we talked about showed up, and they started the physical play. So no one had to nudge me. I've been in this position many a times, and it's just playoff basketball. It wasn't anything that we hadn't seen. I thought it showed up the second half in game 2, where New York came out and they just punched us in the mouth, and they got physical, and they had a couple flagrant fouls, and so we showed that video. This is what we expected in game 1, but it really didn't show up until game 2, and it's playoff basketball. You got to keep your head in situations like that, play through it. It can't become a distraction. I thought our guys really did a good job of handling that.
Chris Kirschner.
Obviously, you guys had several players who didn't have any postseason experience entering this playoffs. What do you feel like that group collectively showed throughout this series?
Pretty much what they've been showing really all season. We talked about being calm and being clear and being connected out there on the floor, on both ends of the floor. And we talked about it in the fourth quarter for most of the season. Going into the playoffs, because of the intensity going up, that calm, clear connection, being connected, needed to happen for 48 minutes. And I thought they showed that. I thought they showed poise throughout the game. I thought they was clear. They was clear about what they needed to do on both ends of the floor as far as executing the game plan. And they showed that they were connected out there, executed the defensive game plan as well as the offensive game plan. So they just showed growth, showed maturity, during this season, and certainly in these playoffs.
Last one from Sarah Spencer.
Hey, Nate. I was wondering if you could share just kind of your message to the team after winning this thing, and also just what that locker room was like.
Well, continue to believe, that you can win, and you can, play this time of the season. We put believe and our fists up on the board every single night, and that fist representing, being connected and being tight. And, you know, the tighter the fists, the more connected we are out on the floor, I feel that we can eventually take teams out. And I thought they showed a tight connection tonight on both ends of the floor, stand disciplined in what we were trying to do defensively, stand disciplined, what we were trying to do offensively. And we continue to try to do that every possession, execute on both ends of the floor, get tighter, be more connected, and they were able to finish off this series. So I'm really happy that, you know, the things that we've been talking about, they've been able to execute, and they can see that, you know, working together works, believing in each other, trusting each other, it works, playing the game the right way, it works. And they've been able to do that. And now we move on to round two.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.